to this. Okay, so we'll record. So before we begin, just a few things I'd like to explain about how this divine service will work. So we've just got another one coming in. So please keep your microphone on mute throughout the service unless I invite you to speak. If the medium gives evidence that you believe is for you, please use the Zoom raise hand feature, which you can find right at the bottom of your screen in the black bar. And you'll see there's a little icon there that says raise hand. And you click on it, you can see on my screen there's a little yellow hand that's been raised. And then you can remove it by just clicking on it again. Okay, really easy to use. Please don't just, when we're doing the demonstration of mediumship, please don't just wave your hand if you think the evidence is for you. Just put your hand up because then I can see it in the chats. So if several people raise their hands, the medium may continue to give more evidence, excuse me, until one person clearly recognizes the communicator. I'll then invite that person to unmute their microphone. So when you're speaking with the medium, please keep your responses brief. A simple yes, no, or don't know is usually all that's needed. And this allows the medium to continue building the evidence without an interruption. If at any point the medium asks you a direct question, please answer honestly and simply. And if the communication isn't for you after all, please just lower your hand with the icon. And so we know that we're with the correct recipient. Should you have any technical difficulties at all, you can send me a private message in the chat and I'll do my best to help. Most importantly, please relax, enjoy the service and allow the evidence to unfold naturally. Thank you all. And I'll hand over now to Larry for the opening prayer. So I'm just going to spotlight you, Larry.
I'd like to invite everyone just to close their eyes now for this evening's opening prayer. So as we allow ourselves to feel centered in our lovely space, wherever we may be, I'd like to invite everyone just to focus on their heart chakra, their heart center, to start breathing, releasing any things that might not serve you anymore from the day, stress, thoughts, things to do. Allowing our heart center, the heart chakra, to start opening up even more, knowing that the vibration of unconditional love is the vibration that spirit comes closely to, and to allow ourselves to fill ourselves with this beautiful unconditional love. So we start raising our vibration as well. So each time we breathe in, we feel our heart center, the heart chakra, just opening up, expanding, unfolding, filling us with blissful energy. Divine Eternal Spirit, I thank you for bringing us all together this evening. And I'd like to invite Spirit to come close to me, to allow me to be the best channel of communication for each and everyone here, knowing that Spirit always comes on a beautiful vibration of healing and love and unconditional love and blessings. And may we all feel centered and grounded in the beautiful, loving energy of Spirit, even though it's online, knowing that Spirit is omnipresent everywhere, all the time. Thank you and amen.
Thank you, Larry. It's lovely. Okay, so we're going to go into our first song. While the songs are on, you're most welcome to all sing along until your heart's content, but do keep your mics, keep yourself muted.
Can everyone hear that?
Okay, well done, Larry.
Country roads, take me to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning now, she calls me, the radio reminds me of my home far away, and driving down the road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
Wonderful. Thank you, Larry. Um, I'll let you do the next one that we're going to do as well when we're ready. So we're going to go straight into a reading. I'm going to do a reading and then it's going to be followed by Larry's inspired address. So this reading is called The Invitation and it's an Indian elder. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for and if you dare to dream of your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you're telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I want to know if you can be faithful and therefore be trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty every day, and if you can source your life from God's presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand on the edge of a lake and shout to the silver of a full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done for the children. It doesn't interest me who you are or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in those empty moments. So Larry, I'd just like to invite you to give your inspired address, please.
All right, well, thank you for that lovely reading, Louisa, and good evening, everyone, wherever you might be. So based on what I just heard, I feel the first thing I need to say to all of you is like, if someone says to you, who are you? Would you be able to answer that question in 10 seconds or less? And most people would say, well, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm a hairdresser, I'm a mom, a housewife, I'm a husband, I'm a golfer, a painter. Well, that's who you do in this actual incarnation. But the correct answer would be, and some of you may know this, we're spiritual beings living in a human body. So this human existence we have is temporary. We don't know how long we've got to be here, so we should really learn to make the most of it. And when Louisa said something, one of the lines in her reading was something about human limitations, because we're spiritual beings living in a physical body, having a human experience, that means we truly don't have any limitations, because it means we are unlimited. The universe is unlimited. Some of you may have heard this expression, the universe is not on a budget. So we're not on a budget. It might feel like it when we have hardships in our lives, but we have to realize, why is it we do actually have these hardships, whether it's with health maybe, or relationships, or finances, or a job we don't like, or maybe we don't have a job. Because everything in life, and Einstein said your greatest tool is your imagination. Everything is energy in life. The ancient teachers have always taught their students that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. So quantum physics has now validated this, because they're able to validate and prove it, because science does not believe anything unless it's able to measure the information with instruments, technology. And in today's society, technology is improving all the time. So the so-called Western mind can actually start believing what the ancient adepts and teachers were trying to teach us all the time, that everything is energy. So if we're energetic beings, wouldn't it make sense if we could be educated in the principles of energy? Some people name it the law of attraction, but I feel it's better to say principles of energy, because we're energetic beings. Everything on this planet is energy. Everything vibrates at a certain vibration and frequency. For example, a lot of research has been done and validated now that even plants and trees and natures, they vibrate at a certain frequency and they actually communicate amongst each other. And there's many readings or books that have been published now saying how the ancients had this awareness, this knowledge on how to communicate with nature to create a symbiotic relationship, to know which plants to use for healing. And of course, a lot of that information has been buried, or we've lost that information, which is very sad to hear. But luckily, that information seems to be coming more and more to the surface these days, which is amazing to see. So the ancients weren't primitive cultures as we've been led to believe. They were actually very advanced beings and souls. I always say as a joke to my to people, like, have you ever known Buddha or these ancient masters or Jesus to have a day job from 9 to 5, come home exhausted and, say, oh, what a tough day at work, or earning wages? None of them seem to have had a day job, yet they seem to have like everything they needed, clothing they needed, the food, a place to stay, able to do what they love, which was teaching and healing people, because they'd learned and been trained and educated on how to work with the principles of energy, meaning like our thought form. When Einstein said our greatest tool is our imagination, well, what he means is like we have something called 6 higher mental faculties, and one of them is the imagination. Most of us might say, do you know, I don't have any imagination. Well, you do. It's just that we've been so conditioned to always focusing on what we don't have, or maybe the negative side of life, as opposed to imagining what we would like to have, even though we don't physically have it right now. So we could say the imagination is like, our thoughts are like our seeds, our imagination is like fertile soil. Someone could say to you, what kind of seeds are you planting in your mind on a daily basis? Are you allowing yourself to be influenced by the outside circumstances on a daily basis, which is very easy to do, what we read in the paper, or these days on social media, or the news, or maybe you have a friend who likes to focus on the negative all the time. Oh, have you heard this? You won't believe what just happened. So our challenge as a human being is to realize we are very powerful beings. We are energetic beings. We are comprised of energy. When we go back to the spirit world, we are energetic beings. We are vibrating at a high vibration and frequency. And this is why the average human being cannot see spirit, because they're vibrating at a very high vibration. And as mediums, we are trained to work with a high vibration. We have to raise our vibration as well to blend with the energy of spirit, whether it's a pet or a loved one. So we have to take what's called personal responsibility and ask ourselves, what am I thinking on a daily basis? What is my inner dialogue? Am I always focusing on the lack or scarcity or the imposter syndrome? I'm not good enough, or I'm too old, it's too late, I'll never be able to achieve that. It's all right for that person. No, we should be focusing like, what makes your heart sing? What would you love to do? Knowing that as you focus on what you love to do, your inner dialogue, because as human beings, we think in pictures. So whatever the conscious mind thinks, we have this power, this ability to reject any thought form that comes to us or that we create. So we can create thought forms of what we truly want. Those thought forms go into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind has no ability to reject any thought form. It believes whatever it receives. So those thought forms that enter the subconscious mind create pictures. As I say, as humans, we think in pictures. And what do those pictures do? They create a vibrational frequency in our energy field or aura. And in life, you never get what you want. You only get what you are vibrating on a daily basis. So if you don't like your outside world, we have to go inside and ask ourselves, what are we thinking perpetually on a daily basis? What are my thoughts? Am I allowing myself to be influenced by outside circumstances? Or am I allowing myself to live life and realize, I don't like this. How can I change it? Well, we do the work on the inside first. And your outside world, as these great teachers have always said, your outside world always reflects your inner world. Now, it's easy to be told that, but as you all know, as a human being, it's very challenging to say, that's a good idea. I think I will pay attention to my inner dialogue and what kind of thought forms I have and start using my imagination like Einstein and many great teachers said. But it's easy to be emotionally connected and triggered by lack of finances or maybe current health issues, or we're struggling to find a job, or in a job we're working way too many hours with maybe a boss that doesn't respect us. Anything that's happening in our outside world that doesn't give us that inner joy and bliss. So we really need to learn to take personal responsibility and ask ourselves, what am I thinking on a daily basis? So your assignment for this evening, and to see if you can implement this now, is ask yourself, as the day unfolds or in the evening before you retire to bed, what was my thought process today? Did I allow myself to get emotionally triggered by outside circumstances? Or was I able to maintain the vision, the thoughts, something I would like to have, whether it's a new place to live, the kind of job you'd like to have, improving, changing your financial situation, anything. Because again, a habit, we all have good and bad habits, and we've been given bad habits on how we must react to anything in life. But the true secret is we must learn to respond. In other words, that didn't quite work out. What can I do different? Like tonight with this is our first time demoing online with Louisa. The sound wasn't working properly. Well, instead of reacting, we responded. I asked my spirit guides, quick, what can we do? What's a good idea to do? And they gave me the thought form. You see, spirit always communicate, whether it's your spirit guides or your loved ones. You won't hear a loud voice saying, I tell you what, try this and try that. Life would be so much easier if we could actually have a voice that actually clearly we could hear it, that guided us. But no, it's through these subtle feelings, impressions, an idea, an inspirational idea. And this is how our spirit guides communicate with us on a daily basis. And again, just before I leave you, this is why the ancient seers and teachers always advocated the importance of meditation, which allows us to still that busy mind. So we're actually in a receptive mood where we can actually hear and listen the impressions that we're being guided and showered upon a daily basis. So again, your assignment, if you'd like to choose it, is start paying attention to what you're thinking on a daily basis and ask yourself, what is it you truly want in life? Because like a farmer, there's something called a gestation period. When they plant the seeds, they don't know exactly when those seeds will start growing and sprouting, but they have complete faith. They plant the seeds, they nurture the soil, and they just know it's a matter of time before those seeds start growing so they can eventually cultivate their crops, sell them, and make money. So we have to ask ourselves and not be impatient. Well, I tried that for a week, I tried that for a month, it didn't work. Well, it can take a lot longer than a few weeks or a month. So we must really discipline the mind, adopt new behaviors, and allow ourselves to really start working with energy, because we're energetic beings, and allow this new way of living life, allowing us to manifest and design a life that we truly want, as opposed to being pushed to the left, pushed to the right, based on what's happening in our outside world. And with that, I'll say thank you for listening.
Oh, unmute. Unmute. There we go. Thank you, Larry. That was lovely to hear. Very, very inspiring and very on point because, you know, what we choose to think about becomes our reality, doesn't it, as well? So, Larry, if you wouldn't mind doing the song again, the next one is I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Has Gone. Would you mind doing that for us? That would be amazing. Thank you. You're a star, and hopefully everyone can hear this.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is my rainbow.
Oh, oh, bugger.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright,
Hmm. That's what I teach you to do. Okay. Can everyone hear me all right? Yeah. Great. Okay. So be fun. Thank you for doing the music, Larry. That was lovely. So now we move on to the part of our service where we have the demonstration of mediumship. And I will just remind everyone to keep yourself unmuted. Sorry, keep yourself muted unless I ask you to unmute and come speak with Larry. Now, keep your you can keep your microphone muted and your camera on as well. Now, don't forget to use your raise hand. So, Sally, could you just do your raise hand for me? Because I just want to check something. Okay, so you've done it. Okay, so I just want to make sure that's coming up. Okay, I've got one raised hand. And that's Sally. I can see it. Lovely. I just wanted to check it was working, Sally. Thank you. Can lower it now. Okay, so now if Larry does, Larry will explain how he's going to work in a moment for you. But if he does come, if you do feel this is for you, he's given some information about the contact that he's got. Just use your hand on the raise hand to raise that hand up, and we'll just work it and see how it goes. It really depends on how Larry's going to work, if he's going to go direct or if he's going to throw it out. We don't know yet how it's going to go. So we're just going to hand this beautiful part of the service over to Spirit. Relax, enjoy it. Remember a yes, no, or don't know. Not too much information when Larry comes to you. And that will be really helpful so that Larry can stay in his power. And I'm going to hand over to you, Larry. There we are.
Oh, I didn't know I was working tonight. Only joking.
Okay.
So
Uh,
the way I like to work, as Louisa said, I do like to go direct. But sometimes on Zoom, unlike working in a spiritual church, there's so many little boxes, it's hard to go direct, I find for myself. So sometimes I do practice to throw it out there. So as Louisa said, if you can take some of the info, please put the hand up. And if I speak too slow, please let me know. I'll speak even slower. And if you see me turning my head to the side a lot of the time, it's not because I'm reading a phone or the book. I'm actually feeling the energy of what I feel from the spirit communicator, because I don't like to be influenced by body language. You might be rolling your eyes, picking your nose, who knows? I don't want to be influenced by that. I just like to give what I get. And sometimes it might make sense, sometimes it might not, but I do know from experience that after a while, whatever comes out normally ends up making sense, because I know as human beings, we tend to forget things. When spirit comes in, we think, I don't remember that bit. And then bit by bit later on, it actually comes to us. Right, so that's enough about me. So I do know I have a father here, and I do know that he was a very intelligent man, like to be really well dressed, and I do feel I'm with Najette. Najette, can you understand father in the spirit world, well dressed man, feeling very intelligent as well?
Yes,
Okay. And I do feel I'm going to use the word suave, like he's a suave gentleman, a bit like the movie stars from those 1950s movies, well dressed, seemed like he had a nice ability to present himself well. Would that make sense?
yes,
Okay, thank you. And I also feel the timbre of his voice, drawn to the sound of his voice. He must have had a beautiful way to speak. Would you understand the resonance of his voice?
yes,
A bit for me going back to those movie stars from the 1950s and 40s compared to today's actors. For me, they had a lovely way to speak, communicate, the timbre of the voice. It made you feel comfortable, soothing. And I'm also drawn to his eyes. So would you understand he must have had very soothing, comforting eyes as well?
yes,
And I also feel you had a beautiful demeanor in his face, a beautiful smile.
yes.
And a lot of the time, did he used to have this body language, or would you remember sometimes he put his hand like this, as if he was reflecting or pondering before he would actually speak?
Yes,
Yeah. And I also feel drawn to a pencil in his pocket. Would you remember he had a pencil a lot of the time in his pocket as well?
yes, sometimes, yes.
Okay. And again, I don't know. I hear the word engineer, but I don't know if he was an engineer, but I hear his mind was like an engineer, very good at problem solving and figuring things out, if that makes sense.
He was, yes, he was always finding solutions, yes.
Okay. And I do feel for the time he lived, I'm going to say maybe he was ahead of his time, because I feel like he wasn't a normal working man, that he pretty much was a bit more eccentric or thought outside the box, if that makes sense. He liked to
Yes,
think for himself.
yes,
Yeah.
very independent, yes.
Yeah, that's a good word for independent. And again, I do feel the way he saw life, I don't feel he allowed himself to really get caught up in situations or problems, as if he had this very calm way of approaching everyday problems, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes, courageous too.
Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm also drawn to his left knee. Would you remember that he had issues with his left leg or left knee?
Yes, he has a stroke.
Oh, so you'd understand with the stroke that affected the
Yes,
left leg specifically, though?
exactly. Yes,
Okay. And when you say he had a stroke, though, would you understand it affected his speech? He could still speak, but it feels like his muscles were a lot slower in the face.
in the beginning, and after that, he was okay.
Okay, right. Anyway, I'm also seeing or hearing that he must have loved music, because I hear a lot of music around him.
Yes,
Yeah, and I also feel he knew how to enjoy life, and I feel like he must have enjoyed, I don't know if it's parties or social parties of some kind, like having a lot of people there interacting with other people.
yes,
I'm going to use the word dignitaries because it feels like there was people of high positions in life as well.
yes,
And I'm also feeling a lot of books, so he must have been well read and enjoyed reading books and reading as well.
reading a lot, yes,
Yeah, because I also feel like learning was part of what fed his soul, basically discovering and learning new information all the time.
yes.
I'm also hearing the name. I don't feel this was his name, but it sounds like I'm hearing the name Jacques. Would you understand Jacques? If
No,
not for
no.
him, somewhere in the family. Okay, well,
Yes,
please hold on.
yes, I can take it from someone in the family, yes.
Okay, well, please. Yeah, okay, well, thank you for that. And let's see what else. Again, he's coming in with this beautiful smile, and I feel like when you said he had a stroke, I definitely feel maybe well, it's normal, really. He's panting to his chest as if he's trying to get the breath. So I don't know what happened at the end of his life, if you know if he either had breathing problems or difficulties with
Yes.
the heart as well, because it's
Yes.
as if he's trying
Right.
to bring his breath back and the heart back. I feel a
Yes.
lot of burning sensations there.
Yes.
So I definitely feel that was a big issue. But he comes in dancing, laughing, and he shows me his shoes. Would you know that he liked to keep his shoes clean as well?
Yes.
Because he's got beautiful shiny shoes. And again, I feel like he had great taste for the clothes he has. It's
Yes.
like he wouldn't just buy cheap and cheerful stuff. It just feels that the items he bought, the clothes, was very good quality. Like he had a very good eye for quality in things in life. And I also feel drawn to his head or his hair, how he had a beautiful head of hair as well.
Very beautiful. Yes.
And I'm going to say he must have looked a bit like a movie star because he's got the qualities and the charisma like a movie star as well.
Yes.
Debonair, I'm going to say, very debonair gentleman.
Yes.
And again, he comes in dancing, full of life. And he must have smoked as well because I see his hand going like this for smoking.
Until the last day of his life.
Okay. But even though he smoked, I feel he was very particular, particular with his tobacco. So he wasn't just smoking any cigarette. He must have been very fussy with the kind of cigarette or tobacco he liked to smoke.
Yes, he has. Yes. Yes. In general.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm sensing, feeling with him, like a very,
Yes.
not just any old cigarette.
No.
But I do feel he had a stubborn side to him. When you say he smoked to the end, I feel like he must have been told throughout the years not just smoking to stop smoking, but also to alter or modify his diet. But I don't feel he listened to the whatever it's called, the advice that he was like given by the so-called experts or medical people.
You describe him very well, Larry. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And so all I can say really before I let you go is that it's as if he shows me a boat. So as if he's on a sailboat of some kind and he's sailing through life. And that if he didn't have a sailboat in real life, the metaphor for you, I feel, is like life is like on a boat. You don't know which way the wind will blow you in. Just sail that boat and allow yourself to go with the flow and see where you end up, if that makes sense for you in your life as well.
Yes.
Free flowing, as they say. And with that, I'll send you all his love and say thank you for working with me.
Thank you very, very much, Larry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Najat.
Well, that's a shame. That concludes today's evening. No, only kidding.
Oh, yes.
Right. I do feel I have a mother here and a cat. And I feel the mother is bringing in the cat. And I do feel the cat is for someone here. And I do feel drawn to Gabriella. Now, it says Gabriella's phone, so I don't know if you're actually there, Gabriella. If not, I'll have to move on to someone else. Oh, hello, Gabriella. Can you understand, first of all, mother in the spirit
Hi,
world?
Laurie. Yes, I'm here.
Who?
Sorry?
Hang
You
on.
can understand mother in the spirit world,
I'm
please?
here. Yes, I can understand, Mum. Yes.
All right. And would you understand why she brings the cat, your lovely cat, I feel?
Absolutely, yes.
And what's funny, as I'm blending with you, I see Jennifer has a cat in the background, as if to like give me confirmation. Yes, there is a cat. So it's funny that Jennifer has her cat, but I feel you have a cat in the spirit world for you as well. And I do feel that your mum is here as well. And I do feel, even though you missed your cat, you missed your mum as well. But I do feel with your mum, would you understand the relationship with you and your mum was not always the most harmonious relationship with your mother?
Yes, I would.
Because she comes in with this, I don't know what the word is, I don't know if it's not regrets or apology, as if she's reflecting or has been reflecting and looking back, realizing the words she used, her behavior, the energy, the sternness, the inflexibility she had with you was not, it didn't allow you to make you feel good and produce or promote what's called a harmonious relationship between the two of you. Oh, I think she disappeared maybe.
Let's have a look. Are you still
Looks
there,
like we might-
Gabriella?
I don't see her anywhere on the screen, so maybe her internet just went off. Well, there you go. Mercury in retrograde working as it's supposed to.
If I see her pop on, Larry, I will readmit her.
All right.
But she's
Yeah.
on at the
Well, that's a
moment.
shame.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. You've lost that. You've got that link still. Do you want
Oh.
to take a moment to
Yeah, I'll just sing you a little song here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Let's see who's next. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to throw it out there because I'm going to give you what I'm being shown now. Would anyone understand Mother and she ended up in a wheelchair? And I feel also, as she was in a wheelchair, there must have been either arthritis or maybe lack of movement in the left hand. That's what I'm being shown at the moment. Would anyone understand Mother that was confined to a wheelchair in the later years?
Please pop your little hand up from the screen, the raise hand, if you understand this information at all. Okay, you might need to do a bit more, Larry, I think.
Yeah, so no one understands Mother in a wheelchair, and I do feel drawn to the left arm, left hand, as if she had either a stroke, which produced some form of like inability to move the left arm or the left hand. Now, if we take the wheelchair away, would anyone understand Mother who ended up with a stroke and had the left arm not able to function properly because of a stroke? No, no one understands Mother. Oh, we have Isabel and Helen, I believe.
Isabel and Helen. So,
So, Isabel, can you understand Mother in the spirit world, please? Or Helen?
Yes, my mum.
Yeah, and would you understand the with the left hand as well?
Yes,
Because of a stroke?
yes.
And can you take the wheelchair as well, please?
Yeah, she did use the wheelchair in the end a lot. Yes.
All right. And would you understand her personality a bit, what's the word, irritable as well?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, because I feel a great sense of frustration due to the lack of independence that she once had.
Yeah, probably, but she did show it to me, if you know what I mean.
Okay, because I'm drawn to the energy inside of her, how
Yeah.
she wishes she could have done things that she used to be. And also, I do feel she either felt shy or guilty or embarrassed to actually ask for help from other people because she was a
Yes.
very independent, proud woman. She did not like to ask for help from other people.
That's correct.
Yeah. I'm also hearing the word Daisy. Would you understand the reference to the name Daisy?
My friend, but
You have a friend called Daisy?
yes.
All right. But staying with your friend Daisy, would you also understand your mother enjoyed daisies, the flowers daisies?
Well, she liked the flowers, didn't she? So,
Yeah. Okay, so you'd understand she enjoyed flowers or liked flowers.
yes. Yes.
And I'm also hearing this song, Staying with Daisy, 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 Bicycle Built for Two. Would you understand the reference to that song, please?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you remember that she used to either hum that song or just la the kind of that song, like Daisy, Daisy, Bicycle Built for Two?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you'd understand the
Yeah.
reference for that? Cool.
definitely.
You can take your earplugs out now. That's the end of my singing.
Very good.
And I do feel your mother would have had a good sense of humor as well.
Yes.
Because as I said that, she was like beaming with a beautiful smile and laughing as well. And I do feel she had a lot of gentle energy before the, let's call it the deterioration of her health. A beautiful, lovely disposition, a very soft, gentle way of speaking as well. And would you remember when she used to speak, and if you tell her something, but she didn't really know what you were referring to, she had a tendency to say, "Oh dear."
Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel she had this charming, eloquent way of saying, "Oh dear," as if to say, I'm listening to you, but I don't really know what you're referencing, basically, or I don't know what to advise you, what to do, you see. But I feel she had such a beautiful energy, a kind heart, open heart as well, a lot of compassion and empathy for flowers, for nature, for children, for animals as well. I also feel she was very drawn to animals, so you'd understand the connection she would have had with animals.
Yes, they did have a dog on stage.
Yeah. And I just feel like she was such a people pleaser. She always wanted to either cook or help people out in any way she can. So you'd understand that, would you? Yeah. And even if she didn't have much food, she would still see what can I offer so-and-so. So she had, again, a very, not a selfish bone in the body, a very kind, caring, always wanting to help people out.
Yeah.
And I also feel, even though she wasn't financially well off, I do feel like she wasn't even shy of saying, "Oh, do you need £5? Do you need £10?" or something like that.
Yeah.
Even with the money, she was very giving with the money side of things as well.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also being drawn. Would you remember that she had red slippers?
Yes.
Because I do feel she showed me red slippers, and it's as if those were her favorite slippers, and she didn't want anyone touching them and never wanted them to be replaced, even though they ended up being very old.
They were like a burgundy color, but red,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well,
They
okay.
fit properly. They fit over her feet nice, so she felt
Yeah.
safe in them.
Yeah. But not only that they fit nice, for some reason when she got attached to something, that's what she wanted. She became very attached to something, an item, whether it's her sweater as well, a jumper. I feel like she had a specific jumper or sweater that she liked to wear all the time as well.
Yeah.
And I do feel when she passed away, would you understand the ring that she had on her finger that went to the family?
Yeah.
Because she also makes me, oh, you've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So she shows me the ring and how she's so proud that the ring stayed in the family, because she feels like she didn't have much to give when she passed away back to the spirit world. And whatever she left behind for her, it makes her heart sing to know that it's not the amount of things you give or leave behind. It's the sentimental value behind the thing,
right.
the item, or something you said to someone. So again, I feel drawn to the heart chakra with her, a beautiful, kind, loving woman. And I just feel such a lovely woman. You could just tell her anything, and she had a beautiful, I feel she was a healer without realizing it. She would just leave people feeling uplifted and empowered.
Yeah.
And I also feel she had a beautiful way to interact with people. Even though she didn't know these people, she would just make a comment as if it would lift up their day and brighten up their day, basically, by the beautiful, positive things she would just say in passing as well.
That's Mum. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would you remember your mother as well having a nice rapport with the milkman?
Oh, years ago, she used to have the milk delivered all the time.
Yeah, because I see her having a nice chat with the milkman, as if she really enjoyed when the milkman came, knocked on the door, and it seems like it might have been every Friday. I don't know if you remember. Every Friday, she had to pay the milkman for the weekly whatever he delivered.
That's right. He did.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do feel that was like, she really enjoyed that, interacting with the milkman, and just the idea of having milk or fresh milk delivered with eggs and bread from the milkman and cream. Yeah. I'm also being shown cream. Would you remember she liked to have that cream as well?
Always have cream.
That's right. And I'm going to say in today's world, the diet that she was eating would be considered not very healthy for you.
Probably not.
No, that's right. But she says, well, at least I lived my life the best I could, and I did what I enjoyed based on what I had in my life as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just feel she's coming in with so much unconditional love for both of you, not just for you, but for your daughter as well. I believe that's your daughter. Is that correct? Yeah. Which would be her granddaughter, I think. Is that correct? I never get labels right. Yeah. So
I have a granddaughter watching, so I just waved to Sarah. Right. Yeah.
And she also makes me aware of the month of January for birthday anniversary. Would you understand that? January for birthday anniversary, please.
January's my Sarah's birthday.
Yeah. And is it towards the end of January? But don't give me the date.
No.
All right. Then I won't say any more about that. I was hearing January the 28th. So I don't know if that would make sense for someone else.
I'm not sure on that one.
That's okay. Please hold on to that. And also the month of March as a birthday anniversary as well.
March. Can't think of.
That's okay. Please hold on to that, because those are the 2 months I'm being made aware of. So before I let you go, I'm also going to say she must have enjoyed her cup of tea as well. Would you remember her, the way she liked to drink a tea? And it was very specific. I'm going to say when it came to her tea, she was very fussy on how she liked it made as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel she's got in the right hand holding a cup of tea, as if to say, there's nothing like a good cup of tea in life to cheer you up, to uplift you. So like it's like that would have been her, what's called her natural medicine, her upliftment. Like some people like to smoke, but it just feels like she loved to have a cup of tea. And she drank a lot of tea as well.
Yeah, she did.
That's right. And would you remember her dunking biscuits in the tea as well?
Yes, we always did that.
And would you remember as well saying, why do you do that all the time? Or I feel it would have been you saying, why don't you just eat a biscuit? Because it feels like the biscuit always broke, or like in her teacup as well. And what she would do, she'd take the 2 fingers and try and bring out the biscuit. But it's so funny. And it feels like you would tell her the same thing every time, but it just feels she didn't care. She'd just take the thumb and the first finger trying to pull the rest of the biscuit out. But the biscuit became perfectly soggy and she couldn't get it out. And you'd say, here, use this teaspoon.
That's right.
That's right. So she's laughing about that, really enjoying the days that she had with you. And I don't know if this is the same message as I gave to someone else, but she just says, please enjoy your life a lot more than you currently are at this time. She says life is like a garden. You don't know when the trees or the plants will bloom. So she says we don't know ourselves when we're blooming, when we're not blooming. But life is like the seasons. There's always change in life, and this is something we need to learn to deal with the changes that come in life. And I feel she was always a beautiful, positive woman. Even when she had what I call her health condition, the disability, she still maintained a very positive mindset, and that beautiful smile, she always maintained it on her face as well.
Everybody always said about the smile. It was a
Yeah.
thing everybody commented.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to leave you her love and blessings and say thank you for working with me, Isabel and Helen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Isabel. Hi, Helen. And Sarah's there as well. Lots of love.
Yeah, he is.
Nice to see you. Oh, bless you. Thank you. So I'll remove spotlight. Okay. Do you want to do one more, Larry? We've got time.
All right. Let's, like they say in show business world, let's do one more for good luck.
Go for it.
Right, let's see. Just staring at all the little boxes, seeing what I've got here, seeing where Spirit is guiding me to. I'm going to come to Robin. Robin, may I work with you, Robin? If you can unmute yourself, please. I haven't learned how to lip read yet, but I'm working on it. So, Robin, would you understand Father in the spirit world, please?
I would, yes.
And would you understand that there's a strong physical resemblance between you and him?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm going to contest that, and he's showing me the eyes, saying you have very similar eyes. The both.
Yeah, yeah. The eyes physically were very different, but the eyes are very, very similar. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And I do feel that Father was a very strong-minded individual. Would you understand? Strong-minded individual.
Yeah.
And I'm going to even go a bit further and say a tendency to be stubborn.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm going to use also the word very headstrong. When he had an idea where he was fixated on something, there was no one that could actually deter him.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But I do feel in a way, would you understand he was a bit of a tough man? A bit stern.
Yeah, he wasn't tough, emotionally quite closed.
Yeah. Anyway, I do feel a sense of like sternness within him. And I do feel like he had a very challenging life. Would you understand when I'm being made aware of that? Difficult life, challenging life.
There was a few challenges, yeah.
Yeah. And it feels like, even at a very young age, it's as if you were reflecting him back to him. I don't know what the word is, positive statements or a different way to look at the situation.
Could be, yeah.
Because I feel what he's making me say is like, you've always been the rock in his life and you're still the rock to him, even though he's in a non-physical world, but that you're also the rock to people around you, that you're always the one, or let me see if I can sort this out, or let me see what I can find out, like you're always problem solving.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So he makes me aware that you've always had this gift, even as a young child, and maybe you weren't aware of it in your earlier days, but he says he's always seen that about you, noticed that about you, how you had a tendency to bring the family calmness without you maybe realizing it, you see? And even as a young child, you would say things that were beyond your years. So would you understand when he says it's as if you were more intelligent than your chronological age at the time?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And he's also making me aware that you're a very intelligent, well, he calls you young man, that you're still a very intelligent young man, and he's been very proud to see how you've allowed yourself to move forward with your life.
Yeah.
Now, with your father as well, I don't know why, would you understand or have memories of him being at the beach, maybe somewhere like Brighton, where he'd roll up his trousers and he would sit on a sun chair, deck chair?
It was more towards the south, a bit further along towards Bognor, not Brighton, it was more Bognor Regis.
All right. Yeah, because so you'd understand the images I'm being shown of him just enjoying the sun, rolling up his trousers, but he didn't actually go swimming or wear a swimsuit. He just would sit there, and he shows me the sleeves rolled up as well, so you'd understand he'd roll up his sleeves as well.
Yeah, in his deck chair, yeah.
Yeah. And it's as if he would lie back and he would cross his arms like this. I don't know if you can see this. Cross his arms and he'd put that on his belly and he'd just lie back as if, this is the life. Yeah. So he knew what he liked in life. And I feel like had he lived longer, it feels like you would have been only too happy to give him a more, I don't know what the word is, a more successful life, if that makes sense. Like to give him a lot more than he had.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I feel there's a part of you that wishes that you could have been like a rich movie star and you say, oh, Dad, here, let me make your life a bit easy. Drive this car instead of that one or something like that, just to make his life a bit easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, when he ate his food, did he have a tendency to make a funny sound with his mouth when he ate food? Like, well, maybe it's not
Mm,
that kind of sound,
Not
but
that I remember.
all right. Because he's showing me eating food as if, I don't know, he wasn't a quiet eater.
He had false teeth sometimes that come down a little bit
All right.
and make a noise sometimes.
Right. So maybe that's what he's referring to, and I'm not quite getting that. So thank you for validating that as well. But I feel drawn to the left side. So would you know if he had more issues on the left side of his mouth with the teeth?
No, not I'm aware.
No, you're not aware of that? All right. Well, that's what he showed me, the left side. And as if he's going like that, either doing something, playing with them, or trying to put them back in or something like that, where he's like messing about. So I don't know if you remember this physical movement he used to do on the left side of his cheek.
Not really, no.
All right. Well, please reflect on that because that's what I feel he's showing me at the
Yeah.
moment as well. Yeah. And I also feel like towards the end of his life, well, there's a part of him, an aspect of him. Would you understand I'm going to call him the gentle giant. Would you understand the gentle giant as a reference, like very kind, gentle man?
He was very kind, but he was quite smallish in stature, but he was a very kind and gentle man, yeah.
Yeah. But something how he made people feel, I don't know, like he was a giant, something about he would make them feel better than they actually were in conversation.
Yeah, he was very much a people person.
Yeah. Okay. So you'd understand how he could interact. And when I say a giant, as if the people he'd speak to, they would feel elevated as well, like completely transformed and changed and
Yeah,
different, uplifted,
yeah,
empowered,
yeah, yeah,
basically. Like a
yeah.
giant just makes you, ooh, look at that. So something about he left the people feeling like that as well.
Yeah.
And he also shows me that you do this as well, maybe without realizing it, that you have a beautiful gift, a beautiful tendency to allow people to feel uplifted as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And I'm also seeing that he must have had a good sense of humor. Would you understand the sense of humor he had as well?
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
And would you also understand him? He enjoyed watching what's called TV shows that are considered politically incorrect comedy shows these days, like
Yeah,
Dick Emery
yeah, yeah.
Show, Benny Hill, those kind of shows that are very
Yeah,
cheeky. Yeah.
yeah,
Because he shows me saying those shows are still funny in his eyes, even though they're considered politically incorrect. He just says it was all tongue-in-cheek humor. And he's saying this is what we've lost in life, is the tongue-in-cheek humor, to laugh at ourselves, to realize, why are you taking yourself so seriously? That's what he's saying. So before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with his love and blessing, knowing that he's a beautiful gentleman. He's around you all the time, guiding, inspiring you as well. And he's so proud of the way you've unfolded and blossomed yourself in your life as well, if that makes sense, Robin.
lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for working with me, Robin.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you, Larry. That was a lovely evidential communication with spirit. So thank you so much. So before I ask Larry to close in prayer, I'm just going to talk about some notices that I have. Let's just add spotlight and move. So the next we have an in-person service on Sunday, the 26th of July at the Spiritualist Centre of Avalon in Glastonbury. And that doors open at 6. We start at 6:30. We finish at 8. But you can come along early if you do live in Glastonbury. Come along early for a cup of tea and just join us at 6 o'clock. Get your seat and ready to start at 6:30. The speaker, a medium. Well, the next one is going to be some of my students are going to be there practicing their demonstrations of mediumship. So you'll get to meet some of them. We also have a newsletter sign up. So if you do want to sign up and be notified of all our events and things that are coming on, you just go to the website louisasullivan.com and you still see a box, say the Spiritualist Centre of Avalon. You click on there and then you'll see a newsletter sign up and you can just add your name. You'll be notified for everything. Lastly, we do ask for a donation if you feel you'd like to leave one. This is purely to help with the running costs of the centre to pay the medium or anything else. We do not take any money at all for ourselves for this. Anything that is donated that is left over, we give back into the community at Glastonbury for food and for homelessness, keeping the soup kitchens open, whatever we can do. So every little bit helps. And that goes, it's the same with our in-person to our online ones as well. Now, I haven't got another date for the in online ones yet. This is our first one. We wanted to see how it went. And I will be in touch and let you know the next one that we're going to be doing. So I will be sending out an email to all of you after the service so I'll put the email sign up so you can go and sign up if you want to, and there'll also be the options to donate if you wish. So I'm going to just call Larry to close the service in prayer, please, Larry, if you would.
Thank you, Louisa. So I'd like to invite everyone to just close their eyes for the moment. So we'd like to thank Divine Eternal Spirit, Mother, Father, God, our spirit guides, us, our loved ones that came close and gave messages, even though some of you may not have received a message, knowing that maybe the messages indirectly might have been valid for yourself as well. And I ask that each and every one of us feel the love, the guidance, and the blessings that our loved ones shower upon us each and every day. I'd like to say thank you and amen.
Thank you so much, Larry. That was lovely. And thank you for being part of our first service, so online. And we got the music working eventually. Now, I do have the recording of this. If anyone wants the recording, just email me and I can send it to you. But thank you so much, everyone, for your time and supporting us and for being here. And we hope that you've really enjoyed our first session, our first divine service with the Spirit World online. So thank you for everyone. Have a beautiful evening. And thank you to Larry as well. Wonderful demonstration and inspired address. Beautiful. Thank you, Larry.